Good afternoon, everybody. I'm William Park with WALB News Now. Hope that you all are having a terrific Tuesday out there. It is, again, the Georgia primary election day here in the Peach State, and we are going over a few races, key races that we're following, of course, here in South Georgia. One of those being, as you read by the headline there, of the Georgia County Superior Court judges race, and that race will be decided on today. So that will not go to the November general election. That race will know once those election results come in tonight and they're counted up. We'll know who will become the next Superior Court judge when Chief Judge Willie Lockett retires at the end of this year. And I was actually able to talk with both candidates actually today, and I told you about that earlier. Let's go ahead and hear now from Victoria Johnson. And Johnson tells me, before we get to that she won all of the precincts during the May primary, and her team looked at how they could get just that one precinct that they were just shy of, excuse me, and that was the Turner County precinct. And here's what she had to say. All right, we're going to work on that audio for you. I'm going to restart it here, and let's bring back in now what Judge Johnson had to say.
And what we've tried to do is kind of look at the areas where we were the closest. So we found that the numbers were closest on the east side of town. So we had a fish fry and did a community event on the east side. We visited churches on the east side, and we've been to the east side before the runoff. Our office, we moved from the north side of town, more south, more midtown, but more towards the southeast.
And again, we also heard from the other candidate in the Dougherty County Superior Court judge race, and that is Valerie Brown Williams. I want to bring in what she had to say.
This last month, I think there's been even more energy on my side and with my team. There's been even more energy because we were in the runoff and we knew that we could run even stronger and come out on top this time. Since the last election, I've had so many more people reach out to me about supporting the campaign. I'm from Albany. I was raised here, born and raised here. Went to Westover, went to Albany State, and so since the May election, that next day, my phone rang all day long with all types of people that I hadn't talked to before, and their support and asking what they could do. And so there was just so much more energy.
So again, we're just hearing from both candidates about how the things that they learned following the May primary election. And again, we will know tonight who will become the next Superior Court judge. And that's because this race is nonpartisan. So it's not Republican, it's not Democrat. So it won't go to the November election. Again, the other key race that we're watching that will go to the general election is going to be the GOP congressional race for U.S. House of District 2. That's between Republican Chuck Hand and Wayne Johnson. There, of course, we will know who will head to face off Congressman Sanford Bishop, the 16-term incumbent, Democrat incumbent. And then there are a couple of other races that we will go over at this time. And here you can find these on our website, WALB.com. Like I mentioned earlier, if you were on this morning, just go to our website, click 2024 elections, and then come down here to election results. And like I mentioned before, we've made it easier for you all to get those election results and look at those races. You can even come up here and search it. So if you wanted to search the Dougherty County Superior Court race, you can do just that and it'll pop up. So that way you don't have to click off on different things. You just have it all right there under that one column. So, of course, we're watching the District 2 race for the U.S. House Representative race. Also, we're watching a couple of corner races, the sheriff's race, tax commissioner in Coffee County, some judge appointments as well. We have a couple of county commissioner seats, in Echols County, Grady County, Lowndes County, and then we have a school board race in Lowndes County as well, and then another court race, clerk race, in Terrell County. And so as those results start to come in, we'll be updating them on our website, walb.com. That's the best way to stay up to date on election results as we get them. Of course, we'll update you on air. And a great tool is to also have our news app, so make sure you download that. We're getting ready for our first news at 4 here in about 30 minutes, and of course we'll have more election news for you coming up there. Here's also something else that I wanted to mention. Polls, they are open until 7 p.m. So you still have a couple of hours if you're just about to get off of work here in a moment. Polls will be closed at 7 o'clock. You can still vote if you're in line. Once polls close at 7 o'clock, that's only if you are in line. Make sure to bring some form of identification. That can be a student ID. It can also be a driver's license. Even if it is expired, you can still bring that form of identification when you go out to vote. So that's all that we have for you now. Again, we'll have more for you throughout this evening on our newscast, as well as on our digital platforms for you to keep updated on all things elections as we get through this runoff race. So for WLB News Now, I'm Colin Parker. Continue to stay safe and remember to get out and vote.